The profile measurement task is a powerful Amberg Navigator task for automatically measuring profiles in the tunnel. The task is easy to configure in the office, and once transferred to Amberg Navigator tablet software, the user will be able to measure multiple profiles from one single command in a highly automated way. This animation illustrates the concept. With the instrument set up and positioned using one of the Amberg Navigator positioning tasks, Amberg Navigator will prompt the user to measure a heading stationing range in which profiles will be automatically measured. The software will first prompt the user to measure the beginning stationing range. This is simply done by pointing the instrument's red laser anywhere on the tunnel wall where you want profile measurements to begin. Once this point is measured, Amberg Navigator will then prompt the user to measure any point on the tunnel wall where the stationing range should end. With the range now defined, Amberg Navigator will find all the predefined profiles that fall within the range. The user now simply needs to press start on the tablet display to initiate automatic profile measurements. Amberg Navigator will then control the instrument to reflectorlessly measure points based on user-defined spacings. The tablet will display in real time the heading stationing value of the measured point as well as the overbreak and underbreak status of that point. When the first measured profile in the range has been completed, the instrument will automatically start measuring the second profile. Once all the profiles within the range have been measured, the user can evaluate the results by navigating forwards and backwards through the profiles on the display. You can select any point on any measured profile to view the overbreak or underbreak status. After evaluating the measurement results directly in the tunnel, the data is then transferred to Amberg Tunnel Office software. In Amberg Tunnel you can view and edit the data as well as produce reports and further analysis. To get started with defining the profile measurement task, expand the tube or shaft heading in which you would like to measure profiles. Expand the Tasks node, right-click on the relevant construction stage and select Add Task. Next, select Profile Measurement from the Task drop-down list and enter a name for the task. I will call this task Measure Profiles. The first step is to define on which stationing values you would like to measure profiles. To do this, select Add. Here you will see the axis extents of the tunnel design for the construction stage in which we are working. In this particular example, I am only interested in measuring profiles from stationing 500 onwards. I will go ahead and enter 500. The theoretical profile at stationing 500 now displays in the profile view. The next step is to define where on the profile you would like to measure points. There are several options for defining points, such as creating points with fixed spacing, creating a fixed number of points, creating points at a fixed height, or creating points at a certain distance left or right of the axis. In addition, you can manually place points, move points, and delete points. I will go ahead and create points with a fixed spacing on the profile. As my example profile in this demo project is quite small, I will go ahead and enter a distance of 0.1 meters. With the points now on the profile, you can add, move, or delete them using the tools here. I will go ahead and move point number 23 so that it is evenly spaced between the other two. Now that the first profile has been created, I will right-click on it and choose Duplicate to Interval. As there is already a profile defined at stationing 500, I will enter 502 as the start stationing value. As I am working with a demo project, I will choose 530 as the end stationing value, and I will set the interval to every 2 meters. I will now go ahead and duplicate the profiles. At this point I will save the project. Depending on your project needs, you could also duplicate the profiles across the entire range of your project. To view the profiles in 3D, click on the tab here. The general settings for this task can be found by right-clicking and choosing Settings. The stationing mode determines how stationing values are calculated. The warning and error limits are graphical display settings for measured versus design deviations. The task check options, if enabled, will enforce the user to carry out additional checks on the positional accuracy of the instrument setup. The search settings influence how the total station searches for design points on the theoretical profile. The positioning input allows you to optionally determine profiles to be measured based on the instrument's position, rather than defining the stationing range. I will go ahead and accept all default values, and now I will save the project. The last step is to close all the editor windows, right-click at the root level of the project tree, and choose the option Export to Amberg Navigator Tablet. In Amberg Navigator, once the stationing range has been defined, the system will automatically start measuring profiles within that range, such as in the example shown here. This concludes the video on the Amberg Navigator profile measurement task.